So welcome to Owning Your Life. In this course there are 8 lessons. Each one has practices. And we want you to work with those practices and really explore them. The first 4 chapters are on the terrain of the brain. Part 1 is on trauma. Part 2 is on neuroplasticity. Part 3, the terrain of the brain, is on brain waves. We need to understand those. And part 4 is on dopamine. Really crucial to understand the dopaminergic systems. The chapters after that, we've got, each one has got an alphabetic letter. So the first one is A for adversity, acceptance and awareness. The next one is B for beliefs. Then it's C for the cost, consequences, choice and change. And then it's D for dispute, dialogue and discipline. And then E for energize, embody and empower. Next we come to F for freedom and stepping forwards. And then we have gratitude and grace. And the last one is homework, integrate. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. And you also get a free copy of Lucidity with this course. Lucidity is a book I wrote which has a whole depth of practice of understanding how to work really well with your brain. And we want you to take ownership of your life for this course. We're going to be using practices from the Embody meta disciplines to help you transform your life for the better and help you access a level of creative purpose you will most likely not have experienced before. This course is a kind of pathfinding, a stepping into new territory. And of course this has edges of uncertainty and potentially of discomfort to it. So first of all, thank you for your courage and your presence. You already have so many skills, and we're simply looking at enhancing those and building on those. So thank you for deciding to take this course and use these methods to take your life to the next level. Now, how exactly are we going to help you do this? We'll help you radically shift your life so you can own your life into a more powerful, creative and optimal version of who you can be. If you've done our Stress to Radical Resilience course, you will already have a background in 12 core practices. If you haven't done this, then I do first of all highly recommend it. And because they're life-changing practices, they're life-changing teachings. Some of the teachings on this course are very similar. So you can build on the base of that course and this course, but it doesn't matter if you haven't done it. When you transform your relationship to yourself, you see, you optimize your life. Then all the relationships around you also have to change. There's no choice in that. So to facilitate this transformation, this course is presented in 12 video lessons, each one with at least one practice of either breath, body or mind-based practice to help you to really embody and integrate the learnings and enable the change that you want. In fact, there's a library of practices in this course. There's 40 in total. And these weave through the course to facilitate you taking, like I said, radical ownership of your life. Many of these practices are short, interactive journeys to support the video lesson. Others are ones to integrate into your daily life to support your overall optimization. Each of these sessions is systematic. So it's like going up a series of stairs. Each one builds on the one before, step by step by step. I highly recommend you take your time with these videos. Give yourself the time to fully absorb them and get the very, very best juice from them that you can. And give yourself the time. Give yourself the time to integrate and embody the learning. The more you can do this, the more useful the course will be. And importantly, as you're doing this, have fun. It's fun to do this work. Now, why do I teach this kind of stuff? Well, the reason why is because I experienced, well, for a start, a problematic birth with consequent, quite problematic attachment with my mother. It wasn't her fault. No mother blaming. It's just what happened. We were a very poor family at the time, and there was lots of stress, financial stress and demand. And I grew up in a time when corporal punishment was the norm. And parents, school, teachers, and even random strangers in the street felt okay to physically reprimand you. Our teachers were allowed to beat us. I remember being hit by many people, often for reasons that made absolutely no sense to me. Not really. At times I didn't think I'd done anything wrong. Then on top of that, there was the sexual abuse from adult males who were supposed to be leaders and carers, and they weren't. Then there was the grief and loss of my father in a tragic accident, and all of this before I was 18. I was still developing. What do we do with what happens to us? Well, we make meanings out of it. We make stories and narratives out of it. And these meanings are kind of the cognitive meaning making that we tell ourselves about who we are and what life is about and who others are and how life is in relationship to us. Our body holds tight and makes patterns of fascial tension through the web of connective tissue, through the glandular activity, through breathing constrictions or adaptations that are simply endeavours to cope, to protect ourselves, to deal with the complexity of what we may well have experienced, and to get on with life. They were coping mechanisms. But the problem is the life we then get on with is then suboptimal. We live less than our power, less creative, and often switched off from our purpose and from our deepest self. This course is about liberating your creative purpose. Whatever constrictions, whatever conditions, and whatever complexities you have experienced, you can transform, metamorphose those old patterns and create a whole new way of living, a life of creative purpose. And that's what we're offering you. And that's what this course is about.